Hello, my fire signs. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of 4/25 to May 2nd. And of course, these readings are timeless. So if you're coming across this video outside of that time, there still can be messages within the reading for you because that's how spirit works. So I would still take a look at it, even if it's outside of that time frame. I'm excited. So all of you fire signs, your Aries, you Leos, you Sagittarians, this is the reading for you. So if you have, that's your sun sign or your moon sign, or if it's anywhere in your chart, then there can be messages in this for you. So I even have brought you a little representation of your fire here. Hopefully I won't burn myself during this video, so we'll try to be careful. But I thought we would start off by pulling a card here from the Return of Spirit deck, because this also always reminds me of like a phoenix, rising from the ashes, and it's such a fiery bird that I thought that would be perfect for this. So as I'm beginning to shuffle here, I always like to just thank the Creator for being here with us, and we thank you for your unconditional love for us all. We're so grateful, and we welcome you. We also welcome all of our guardian angels and spirit guides and all of our loved ones who are on the other side, and our ancestors and all those other magical beings of unconditional love. We welcome you and thank you for bringing messages for us today. All right, so we're going to see what basic energies that you have going on with us next week for fire signs. So what would you like us to be aware of as far as the energy for next week, please? Okay. That one is trying to fly out there. Oops, we got shifting. And I love this because it's basically saying that, like anything in life, we're always full of change and shifts of things happening in our lives. So, this is saying that next week there's going to be a shift in the area of your life that is always for your highest good, always for your highest experience and your highest love vibration. So we don't have to fear when we hear, change is coming. It's like, okay, nothing ever stays the same on this earthly plane that we're in right now. It's like a movie that's always plot twist all the time. Otherwise it gets pretty boring and we wouldn't want to be here. So just know that these shifts that are coming up are for you. And let's take a look here and see what Shirley Harnish, that created these cards, has to say on the intention behind the card. It says, our personal and spiritual growth occurs in a series of rhythms and patterns. When we reach a certain level of experience and understanding, life will move into a holding pattern as we master it. Things will fall into a steady, reliable pattern. We come to know what to expect and how things are going to be. And because we humans are creatures of comfort and habit, we usually enjoy hanging out on the plateau where things are familiar and reliable. And boring, right? Sometimes we enjoy boring. After we experienced everything over this last year, I know a lot of us are like, boring would be good, but we also are looking for a shift and a change. We're tired of this last year, right? This card has come to you today because you're either about to enter into or you are already in one of those great shifts. It is a necessary part of your growth and higher learning. You're moving to a new level of consciousness and awareness. In order for this to happen, some of the old ways of life and of being must fall away to make room for the new. So it's like cleaning up the closet, right? Clean up the closet and get rid of stuff to make room for new clothes or, new things coming in, new experiences. You may find yourself changing jobs or careers. Old friends or relationships may drift away as new people enter your life. You may move to a new home or have a sudden change in finances. On an energetic level, your consciousness is opening to the hidden wounds you carry. More than likely, you are feeling very far out of your comfort zone, possibly even experiencing situational depression. This shift is vital and necessary. Remain as calm as you can while the earth shakes under your feet. You will find yourself quite pleased with this new consciousness and way of being once this shift is complete. In the meantime, try to stay open as these changes occur. It may not feel comfortable, but you will come through this as a more evolved and a more stable person. So I love it. Just very well said, of course. I love what she has to say in the book and with these beautiful cards, because it's like it says, you've reached a plateau, you've learned what you've needed to learn. And that's what's great when a shift happens. It means you've done all you can do in what situation you were in, and it's time for something new, something different. All right. And then also, I just was drawn to these, just they're very vibrant red, these Chinese fortune cookie reading cards. And I just want to see what this has to say for us for next week too. They just feel very fiery and just very, I don't know, they just jumped out to me and drew me to them. So we'll see what these have. Just very large cards, so sorry about the poor shuffling here. There we go. All right. What would you like the fire signs to know? What else would you like fire signs to know for this next week, please? Okay, I feel like this is the one. You got karma. That's number 16, if that means anything to you. 6 + 1 is 7 as well. And I just love, you can see the Buddha looking through here, or an individual looking through the cycle of life. Let me just see what it tells us here about 16 here. Yep. And it says, of course, you shall sow as you reap, rewards for those who put in the efforts. And I love that. That's kind of like the shift. You put the work in, and now you're getting, you reaped. You sowed and planted all those seeds, and you've been focusing on your inner work. And now, because of that, you're going to be reaping the effort, reaping the benefits of those efforts. So, sometimes that does, I'm specifically being drawn to relationships. So, with friendships and relationships and those types of things, with family and whatever, there's times where you do your inner work and you grow, and other people don't grow with you. And you don't have to maintain old friendships and interactions with people to the extent anyway, that you did before, if it's not serving you and it's not serving them anymore. It's like, okay, I've outgrown that situation and I really want to focus my energy over here. This shift is saying that's okay to do that. It'll all be okay, because this is what you need to do for you, and that absence in the other person's life is going to give them the space to do their inner work and to face, the things that they wanted to face in their life. And the general piece that it says in here is, most of your life you have been searching for your life purpose. This card suggests that you are now very close to finding your purpose and meeting lots of soulmates and kindred spirits along the way. Transformation is taking place. You will be on a mission, healing others through communication, kind words, charity work, and finding inner peace for your gentle soul. A person in authority will offer you sound advice. I love that. Career and finances, it mentions the symbol will see you learning new skills, deepening your religious or spiritual values, and potentially changing career, particularly if your current job does not involve helping others. I love that this card talked about that too, about possibly shifting jobs, especially if the current job you're in does not involve helping others. With the shift within you, this desire to serve, to serve others, to serve, the collective, kicks in. It says if you are already working in the healing or caring industries, you will see your spirituality grow immensely and be sought after for your kindness, excellent counseling, or healing skills. No matter how you get involved in helping others, you will be busier and more fulfilled than ever. You may find you will have a way with words for family, friends, or colleagues that are troubled, helping to guide them to a brighter future. This is an incredible gift from the heavens. Those who refuse to help others or are self-obsessed will find this symbol as a warning that there will be negative experiences ahead of you as you reap what you've sown. So, don't fear, that draw to do that. Just know that you are being granted and given that shift into that energy, that shift into that ability. You've done the work, you've done everything that you have needed to do to get you to that space. So don't fear. It also talks about superficial relationships will be released as you look for deeper and more meaningful connections, as I just was talking about. Those that have treated people badly could end up feeling lonely and disconnected. So, that's the whole karma thing, is that we get to experience, those emotions that we intentionally put on other people. It just becomes a mirror for us. But you will be drawn to like-minded people, and those who are single could find a life partner through helping others or charitable work. Existing relationships may suffer due to neglect as you find your life's purpose. So try to find time to assure your loved ones of your commitment. Let them know you are growing spiritually and that you will come back to them in time. Spending time alone is very important. Fresh air, open spaces, lots of greenery, or being near the ocean is important for you now. Seeing dolphins will be a sign you're on the right path. Animals will be strong medicine for you and are a part of your future destination, purpose, and new life experiences. You may move away eventually from the hustle and bustle to a quieter country or coastal area. Love it, love it, love it. So you can kind of see all of that just intertwining in there. Okay, and then I'm going to pick some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot just to get additional clarification and messages. So we'll see what else the Creator would like us to know for next week. All you fire signs, you. What else would you like fire signs to know for next week, please? Okay. Okay. Bet you thought I was going to singe my arm on there, didn't you? Didn't you? All right. I love that this fits into what we were talking about here too. So the Three of Swords, this is about, for me, what this card means is, the idea of heartbreak, the disappointment we get when expectations aren't fulfilled, because that's a lot of this earthly plane, what we experience, because we're taught to look outside of ourselves for so much of our fulfillment, either the people that we're with or the situations that we're in, like jobs and different things like that, or things that we own, possessions. But the thing with expectations, of course, is when we expect those things to fulfill us, people change or pass away, situations never stay the same, and things break, deteriorate, are stolen or burned down. Things don't last forever either. So all those things eventually disappoint us and point us back to the inside. And the Three of Swords is all about that. It's all about the illusion that our heart can be broken, because that's what we're taught. When these things happen and let you down, your heart is broken. But in reality, our real heart can never be broken. The pinch we feel, the breaking that we feel, is when we go into fight or flight mode. It's just that pink, and our heart starts beating faster. It's almost like, the emotion, whatever triggers us to protect ourselves. So, you can see all these birds that are up in this tree. Those are all the thoughts that are behind, that's all those expectations that we've been taught. If that doesn't happen, that means you're worthless. Oh God, no, pinch. We go into fight or flight mode to protect ourselves. And I love in this card here how it's become, her pain has become a part of her. She's even put a tattoo of the three swords, that normally in the other tarot it has the three swords poking through the heart. It's become a part of her, but it doesn't have to be. And that's what I love about this, is that, the shifting that you're going through, and it talked about the relationships and the changes that are happening in the relationships. You've been doing a lot of healing and understanding about what you've been told things are supposed to mean. And I'm just questioning that, is that really, really true? How can I know that that's really true? So you've been doing a lot of questioning into that, or this next coming week, part of that shifting is that you begin that questioning, and that it's really starting to, you're starting to see through the lies. You're starting to see through that illusion and going, I don't have to be that way. One of the things, the phrases that really helped me in my life, and I'll try to remember who it was, but I read it in a little book, and it said, if the situation we go through defined how it was supposed to impact us, then everybody going through the exact same situation would react to it exactly the same. But since we don't react the same, then it's not the situation that determines it, but the person, each individual person that's going through it, determines what the impact of the situation is for them. So very powerful, very powerful. Yep, perfect strength. And I love, it's the infinity symbol here is all about the cycles too. This is the shifting. You go through things and you learn and you grow, and it's like an upward spiral that we go up and we learn and we learn and we learn and we learn, and we just get higher and higher and higher up. But the strength card is all about, that you do have that inner strength, even though you've been taught, that you don't. We're always taught that we're weak and that we're at the whim of everyone else, and that we're out of control, of our lives. When in reality, we are out of control of so much of those external things I talked about, but we are in control of what it means about us, and we're the ones that get to determine that. And so this is the strength, just letting you know that you are, the one. And I love that heart pin around her neck, because it's like when you remember who you really are, and I love that, here's the broken heart, but here is saying that, really the heart can never be broken, because you're strong enough. And when we remember that higher being that we really are, that powerful, supernatural, eternal being, then we realize, this is just a character we're playing down here. So for the sake of the drama, sometimes I play the victim, sometimes I play the villain, and sometimes I play the hero, and sometimes I play all three, sometimes at once. You don't even realize it, because of the situation that you're in. But just know that you have the strength, and that everything you've gone through, as it mentioned up here, has been to build those muscles, to build your power of choice, Then you got the Eight of Wands. Look at all that magic. The wands is like spirit. It's the magic. It's the love. It's the unconditional love. And when all these are coming fast, coming together, it's like, it usually means it's something speedily coming. It's going to come out of nowhere, like, wow, and surprise you. But this feels so much like a pleasant surprise. You're really going to surprise yourself with the shift that's happening. It's amazing that when you realize that you get to choose what everything means about you, that it does shift your entire awareness of your world toward like, wait a minute, you mean that I get to choose what everything means about me? I don't have to try to control all those uncontrollable, unstable things outside of me. You get to turn inward, find that unconditional love, and let that be the basis of your definition. Then nothing can take that away from you, because it's unconditional love from the creator of all things. And unconditional means no conditions. Nothing can take it away from you. Also, you can't gain any more of it by your actions, because you already have it all unconditionally. There's nothing you can do to get more of it, because you have it all. But also, there's nothing you can do to lose it. So that's powerful. And that awareness is just going to kind of like, this spark. And it takes time sometimes from it to get to our mind, to our heart. But I feel this next week, this is when the shift is really happening. Yep. And like I was mentioning before about the spiral going up, it's like when we're at this point in the staircase, we might come back around to the same situation here, and we're like, oh, I didn't learn anything. And it's like, nope. You're actually going higher, and you're going higher, and you're going higher and higher and higher. It might feel like the same situation, but you're actually the next floor up, shifting. You're going up and up and up and up. So though some of the stuff that you're going through this next week are like, oh God, not again, just know it's not the same. When you stand in a stream, your feet only touch the water once. You won't touch that water again. You're touching new situations. So try not to get trapped into that thinking that, oh, this is that situation again. Look at it as a new situation with new thoughts. That's what the Ace of Swords is all about. The swords are your thoughts, your beliefs. Just know that have new thoughts coming, new awarenesses, because that's what this shift is all about. It's a shift into wonderful, wonderful things. I love this for you. So fire signs, get ready for the fire. Allow it to, allow that fire, like I mentioned before about, these cards being like the Phoenix cards to me. Allow your fire to burn away some of those old thoughts and old beliefs, and just rise from those ashes and shift into something higher, something more, and let those changes just come in. Don't be afraid of them, because they are for you. They're not happening to you. Just know that you've asked for this, and you've done all the work, and you've done all the inner work, and faced all those emotions, that you're ready for this shift. So don't be scared. It's all for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video here. If you did, as always, I appreciate any like, share, subscribes, comments. And as you go into this next week coming up, just know that each and every second you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And I love you too. Talk to you next time.